What you do, cut the stream off in the middle of the class. If you want the rest of the class, $15.99.
Well,
So if you didn't want to come. Everybody got their conference ticket?
Yo.
oh yeah, I need that.
Whoa!
Oh
What are you
man.
doing in Baltimore?
What's up?
I didn't even know he was in the time zone. That's Monday.
He said, I'm going tomorrow.
Pull up the YouTube just to make sure it's live so I can talk through it. Make sure out there, somebody pull up on the peculiar group. Make sure that it's live and showing. Sounds good. If you don't mind.
Yep, Wayne.
So you can hear my sound?
Say again? Yep, clean.
All right. Hit the record button on the pocket. If you don't mind. All right, so I want to thank everybody for showing up today for this Peculiar Collective Hartford Haven collaboration. For those who haven't had the opportunity to meet, my name is Dr. Austin Hill, co-owner of Hartford Haven Studio here in Bel Air, Maryland, and owner of Wiring Photography. I am a Hartford County, Baltimore-based photographer who specializes in branding and real estate photography. That is my niche. And today we're going to talk about how to become successful as a studio photographer. I know that studio photography is very difficult or seems difficult for those who may be interested. I was actually introduced to studio before I was outdoor and lifestyle. I have a great mentor, Jeff Martin, who kind of took me under his wing at Skyloft Studio F, Martin Studios in Baltimore, Maryland. So that's where I learned a lot of the tactics and style in which helped me to become successful within studio photography. And I'm going to share that a little bit today. So taking your business and transforming it into becoming studio photography may seem difficult, but it's really not. You need to look at it strategically in what it is that you're hoping to gain as far as your goals and look to structure it. I'm going to share with you some of the tools and resources that I did, right? So with studio photography, it's a little bit different. I'm big on anybody who's becoming a photographer is to develop your niche. If you say that you can shoot everything, you really can shoot nothing. And the reason why I say that is people don't know you for something. Now, my niche specifically is real estate and realtor photography. That is my bread and butter. 95% of the time, I'm probably getting a call as something real estate either related or directly connected. And I was very intentional with that because I know that real estate is something that repeatedly gets booked on a regular basis. People are buying and selling houses every single day. So if I'm looking and trying to generate income, that is something that is going to happen on a regular basis. If you are looking to get in photography and understanding your why and your niche is so important because you need to think about how you're going to position your brand in order to be recognized within that area, within that space. So one, identify your passion. Either identify your passion, or I put an asterisk there, or identify what you want to make money with, right? Am I passionate about real estate? Not really. You know, like, do I own rental property, stuff like, yeah, that's cool. But, you know, I'm passionate about teaching education. Like, that's my passion, right? But knowing what I know and knowing that I like the repeated income, I started focusing on what I could focus and then do well. Research the market gaps. You need to understand where the gap in the market is, right? So everybody in here can shoot, right? But where is the market gap? I guarantee you if we all wrote down what our business model is and what it is that we offer, everybody will have a different offer. Your job as a photographer is to understand where the gap is and how you feed into the gap. Whether it is you're looking to be, you know, Rodney, who's in South Carolina, myself, we joke and say that we are the Walmart of photography. And the reason why is you can come to us repeatedly, get in and out, and get what it is that you need. Whereas I look at some of my other friends like a RJ and a Rashad as being a luxury photographer. Why? Because they're going to take the time and effort to really cater and nurture to their client's experience from beginning to end. Whereas I'm focused on what your need is, I'm gonna get you your need, clean cut, have a nice day, and I'm moving on to the next project. So really determine upon what your market gap is and how you can service them. And then time management. You need to focus on how you are managing your time. That's probably one of the biggest things that I learned being under Jeff, and I'm still learning at Skyloft, in that I have a 2-hour block, and he taught me how to maximize my 2-hour block. I never went into Skyloft only trying to shoot one person in 2 hours. I was taught you need to shoot a minimum of 3 people in 2 hours. So you have to get really effective in how you communicate, what your directives are, and then what you are trying to have them walk away with. That is probably the biggest thing that if you're looking at getting into studio photography and studio videography, and walk away with being effective with your time and how to maximize your rental. If somebody's getting a 2-hour session, they are literally paying for the entire thing and then some. I personally get bored. Like I charge a way larger amount for 2-hour sessions because I don't want to do it. Because in my mind, I can get everything I need to get done within 25 minutes. Set clear and achievable goals for yourself. Somebody in here will probably say like, oh, you can make $5,000 and $10,000 a month of studio photography. I can show the CRM and show you that, right? But it took years to build up into that, right? Like that's not an overnight. Start to look at what is achievable. I think everybody in here, if you were to say, look to book 5 sessions a month and generate $1,000, that is achievable with the model that I'm looking at and looking to show you. Now, there are people that are probably on the live right now and be like, dang, 5 sessions, you're only making $1,000? Like, that's crazy. In my mind, I grew up with Lil Wayne. How many people remember Lil Wayne? I grew up with Lil Wayne mixtapes. I'm going to flood the market so much with stuff that is free that you're not going to be able to help but not to talk about or mention me, no matter what, right? Any room I go in, any space I go in, people are going to know me. Now, you can still book with others, but for a split second, you're going to really think about, do I want to go with this person? Because I've been hearing about this guy. That's the goal and mindset with studio. I'm going to get into how you achieve that. Determine what your long-term vision is. A lot of people want to go full-time with photography, right? So with that being said, you have to set yourself up. And it's not just generating the income. You need to set yourself up on, how am I going to handle my taxes? How am I going to handle payroll? How am I going to handle retirement? That's going to be another series that you guys are going to see about back office, where I'm going to invite ADP. So like I put myself on payroll this past year. So ADP sends me a check every month with what my income earnings are. And then they also take a deposit into my Roth IRA directly into it, so that I'm setting up, when it's all said and done, it's time to walk away with it, I can show something for it instead of just burning through money, right? So think about what your long-term goal is. If you're trying to replace your full-time job, replace it like you would if it's a job, right? Because at the end of the day, you still work for your business. Even though you're independent, you still work for your business. 3, create an action plan. What is your action plan going to look like, right? If I were to say to you, I want you to make $1,000 this month, do you think you could do it? Yeah, you think you do it? Why not?
Probably because I'm not used to putting myself out there to do it, to market.
Okay, well that's good and that's fair, and we'll talk about what that looks like. But if you create an action plan, you definitely can do that. Like set your goal and then achieve your goal. So for me, if I said, my wife said, you gotta make $1,000 for back to school money. First thing I'm gonna do is say, I'm gonna do a mini session, headshot session. Off the rip. It's gonna be these dates, block off this date and this time. I'm gonna load it up with retouches. For those who are watching, you already know, I'm going to eVoto. My eVoto credits is 7 cents a credit. I'm gonna load people up with retouches that are really eVoto, call it a day, and upsell it. $75, $100 headshot session. You get 2 images. I'm gonna sell you on the retouches. So then the average sale price is gonna be about $150. I'll do $150. I'm at 9 people. Call it a day in 2 days. Like that, and then that's an action plan. So now I have to do the second part is target people that I know need headshots, right? Target the groups. Target the Maryland Association of Realtors. Target the local Chamber of Commerce. Target the local churches. I know I got to hit 9 to hit my 1,000. How do I go about targeting that is the next question. And then track your progress regularly. So the beautiful thing about using like a CRM, like a Pixie set, it shows me how much I make monthly. So then I can be held accountable. Did I hit my target? Did I not hit my target? Am I getting my leads? Like, am I accomplishing all those things? And if not, what do I personally need to change to be able to hit my goal and my target? So creating an offer that matters. So this is what goes back into, I personally believe if I am starting out in studio photography, and this is not a gimmick, this is what I built the business off of. I built it off of mini sessions. The reason why is if you're getting to a studio space, 9 times out of 10, you're renting a block of time, right? Whether it be an hour, whether it be 2 hours, whether it be 3 hours. So you need to maximize that time. Mini sessions allow for you to do that. Why? Because you can fall into 1 of 3 categories. First category is going to be headshots. You do a headshot mini session. That means you're going to get 10 minutes to 15 minutes, right? And within those 10 to 15 minutes, you are guaranteeing somebody a limited amount of images. Your goal is you're playing you versus yourself. If I know that a person can only get 3 images, I'm going to make it so hard that you have to purchase the additional images in the gallery. If you make it easy, if the person says, I don't know which one to choose, then you need to then go back in the lab, go on the Pinterest, go on other photographers' pages, and then work on different poses. So for me, if I have a mini session, it's only 3 downloads, I know I'm gonna hit you with this, 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 this. That's 5 right there. Before I get you naturally feeling, that's 5. So I know I got you. You have to purchase either additional downloads or the full gallery. And I sell the full gallery at a nominal price anyway to then up my full session. So then that's the second portion, right? Well, first, let me go headshot. Headshot, branding mini. Branding mini is the same theory, same idea. You're getting a limited amount of images within 20 to 25 minutes. Maybe 1 or 2 outfits. It's you versus yourself once again. And you tell the person, I don't care how many times you change. You're still only going to get 5 images, 8 images. Now, when you get to that level, of course, somebody might say, I really only need 5 or 8 because I'm doing LinkedIn or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you've already made whatever your session is. So then it's you, once again, you versus yourself. And then video minis. So everyone loves vertical videos right now. Vertical videos are trending. If you are a photographer and you're not doing video, you are doing yourself a disservice. You pull out your pocket mini, you pull out your cell phone, you get a constant light, bounce it off the ceiling, put your cell phone vertical and say, hey, here are 3 topics that I found in ChatGPT. I want you to talk about it. I'm going to give you your first one free. You can look to buy the other 2. So at a minimum, what's going to happen? They're going to post the one, right? Automatically. So then you're getting known by video now. 2, if they buy the other 2 extra, that's more money in your pocket. You know what I mean? E? Like it's more money in your pocket. And the whole time you're editing it in CapCut. I personally like captions because I feel like captions does a really, really good job in editing. You also have Opus Clip. I mean, you have so many different tools and resources. But that at a minimum is your next from a mini session. So one of those 3. So think about it. If you have a 2-hour block, you book 1 headshot session for $100, 1 branding mini for $200, and then a video for $150. How much I just make? I made $450. Right? I made $450, and that's only an hour that I've used, right? So that means I still got another hour if I want to try to run it up even more. That needs to be your mindset when you're getting in the studio. How can I be effective in a short period of time? Because if you start out the reverse way, hey, come and book my session, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm joking with RJ ran into it today. Somebody said, oh, yo, I got rescheduled and blah, blah, blah. Now what? You out. You out your bread. You might be able to move it to another date, depending on who you rent from. But then you're going to be out your bread. But if you focus on mini sessions, you're like, all right, cool, bet. You still got 2. You still got time because it's a short enough period of time to offer somebody special like, yo, I need somebody to come down. Your first headshot's on me. Buy the other digitals. because you're still going to run it up, right? Target your content. Focus on a specific niche. Once again, I like real estate because it's repeat. 2, realtors love themselves more than anything else. They love themselves and they love how they're viewed. And if you do a fire real estate image, other realtors are going to see and then want the same thing. The same thing can be said about hairstylists. One day after a wedding, everybody knows Tim. Me and Tim went past my wife's salon. We did a video, photo content. I got 3 bookings for hairstylists after that because they were like, I want that look. Minimal investment, maximize your potential. And then everybody wants success. Show your success. Sometimes you may need to invest it. You might need to find a teacher or 2 that wants to do the studio session over, right? You should be able to sell them on a retouch, but then you make sure and you say, hey, I'm going to post these as a part of a campaign. Show your success, show your wins, show what it is that you're working on and doing. If you had to come out of pocket $150 a month for 3 months just to show your portfolio and you maximize it, one thing is going to show. 1, they really booking, they really doing something. I need to book with them. 2, you're going to get better. You're going to learn what you don't know. You're going to refine your skill set. And then 3, you're going to learn little nuances to improve your process to make it even easier and better. Because you're repeatedly doing things, right? You're repeatedly doing things. I don't subscribe to the mantra that I only want to shoot 5 times a month, right? I don't subscribe to that. Some people do. The reason why is I like walking in any situation and knowing I can make something shake. And that's because I've shot so many mini sessions that I can already tell, it's already going to be humid outside. Your hair going to come in frizzy. I need to make sure I got a comb here, boom, 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 ready. Or I'm going to text you to have a comb. I already know you're going to be a little self-conscious about your weight. So I'm going to have you hide this. If you really trusty up top, you ain't going to be able to do the arm crop. So that's where you came up with this. I already know I'm going to have to make something change and make something different. You get that through repetition. You don't get that through shooting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a month. There will come a time where I'm not going to shoot that much, but that'll be by choice. And by then I would have learned enough to be able to do that. Structure your sessions around prime time. If you're trying to get in an entry market, when is the entry market most available? Evenings and weekends. Focus your energy and effort for your mini sessions around evenings and weekends. My mini sessions now, you can only book them on Mondays and Tuesdays. When I first started, I had my mini sessions on Saturdays. If you go on my page, you'll still see that. You'll still see probably a possible pop-up mini session on Saturday or Sunday, right? But it's condensed. You shooting from 9 to 12. That's my mini session. You want to book it 9 to 12. 6 to 8 during the week. Why? Because what am I really going to do on a Tuesday from 6 to 8? So I'm going to offer you something. If I said to everybody in here, I can almost guarantee you $1,000 a month, but you had to give me up a Tuesday every month, how many people would say yeah? Right? That's how you structure your minis. Reserve the best time slot. So you're working with a studio, you look to see when the best time slot is available and focus on that. Set hard time boundaries. That's when you have the headshot, right? I like 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. And then set expectations. You're only going to get 10 to 15 minutes because you're getting this amazing rate. If you feel you need more time, book 2 time slots. Because I want to be fair to you. Your goal and your focus is value. I respect that. So that's what I'm going to give you, but I can't do both. If you want to book a full headshot session and you want to come late, that's fine because I've already built into my price for you to show it late. It's only you. You to start a show, my focus is on you. You know, think about like the value meal, right? Or the biggie bag. You think Wendy's cares if you ordered a biggie bag and one fry was a little charred or something like that? No, because you're getting your focus is value. That's what your focus is. So that's what we're going to give you. We'll make sure you get the value. Create the session templates. How do you want your session template to look? I can go in my CRM and Pixie Set and show people how my template is from beginning to end. How you book, the time block, the dollar amount, how you set your deposit, when it triggers a questionnaire. It's all the same. So no matter what kind of mini session I do, all I do is hit copy template, moving on over. It's already done. And then automate the client experience. When you're doing it, you want to set it up in a way in which the client can do everything they need to do without you holding their hand. I only hold hands for private booked sessions. Mini session, I'm not holding your hand. I'm not going back and forth. But I had to set it up in which my FAQ on my mini session page is extensive. I'm answering a lot of the questions. And then sometimes when I have a issue, I go back and add a line in the FAQ. Because once again, if you're shopping for value, then that's what you're going to get. If you know that, and if it goes back and forth, I said, hey, I really think you need to book a private session because it sounds like you're going to want a lot of attention and focus, and I want to make sure that I can give that to you. My mini session is not designed for that. It's designed for value and delivering exactly the end deliverable goal, right? I don't want to shortchange you. So if that's what you feel you need, let's just go ahead and set that up. Essential resources. You have to have a CRM. That was probably the first thing that Jeff set me up with. You have to have a CRM. I started off with Zenfolio when it first started, right? So Zenfolio had the booking link and everything. Then I eventually moved over to Pixie Set because you want to make sure that you're capturing all your leads, have a place for them to land, have a place for them to pay. You don't have to worry about no Google Drive link and if all is going down and this and the third. Started from day one because clients respect that. They like the fact that they can book with me and not have to necessarily talk. They can book at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m., right? Make it easy. You got 17 hats. We have Kev's wife is a 17 hat ambassador. So if you want to learn more, definitely look to connect you. I like Pixie Set. You have Honeybook. Really depends. So within our network, we can make sure that you have that portion. Online booking. You want people to be able to pay you online too, because there's a peace of mind. I don't take away from anybody who has it set up with Cash, Zelle, Venmo, or whatever for their booking process, right? But certain people, they want to use their credit card, right? Like I want to get points if you're trying to be in the business world. So having a merchant system helps you to do that. So even if you just had one platform that didn't have the merchant connection, you can set up the automated portion within Stripe. You set it up within Square, right? And to take it a step further, and we joke about it all the time, when you're looking to grow in business, when you utilize our merchant system, you can then get the merchant system funding. And we can talk about that a little bit later. And then deposit integration. If you're booking a mini session, you gotta pay. In order to book your time slot to confirm it, you have to pay. Headshot Mini, you got to pay it all front. Because I'm giving you an amazing rate. It's too good to be true. I'm not piecemealing it. The branding mini, half and half. Because at a minimum, if you stick me up, I already paid, the studio's already paid for, so that I can get somebody else in there during the other 20, 40, 60, get somebody in there with the other 2 40-minute sessions. It's already paid for. And to take a step back, right? Make sure it's still on YouTube. Is YouTube still going? Make sure the YouTube. Because I put my phone down in it. Just want to make sure. Going back to the deposit, right? When I'm booking my mini sessions, sometimes I'll have a set date. Sometimes I'll book the mini session based purely upon Robert Tyree wants to book me for a mini session. Yo, what specials you got going on? Yo, I'm thinking about doing a mini session in 2 weeks. That good for you? Yeah, that's good for me. All right, cool, bet. $200? All right, boom. I already know I now have an hour and 40 minutes to play with and run it up. because the $200 already paid for my studio session for the 2 hours there. Now I can run it up. Okay? All right, so the one thing, and I had some realtors in the other night, and it really made me think about it, right? So everybody understands how social media is designed, right? A lot of people, and I'll admit even myself, we got lazy, right? All we do is post and double tap each other's work, right? For the most part, that's pretty much what we do. She said, I look to DM 20 people every single night. I used to do that. Not even on some promo type stuff, just talking and engaging. Because what it's going to do is it's going to show the algorithm what it is that you like and who you need to get in front of. She tries to DM 20 people every single day. That's what you need to be able to do. DM people exclusive things. Yo, this is Robert. I'm really thinking about getting into the studio space. I want to set you up with this amazing offer. Every other Saturday, I'm looking at doing mini sessions. I would love to invite you out. My normal session is $300. My mini session is going to be designed at $189. Here's a link. Take a look. Let's talk and discuss. And if you book, I'm going to give you 3 extra retouches as a thank you. Strategic channels. Once you start getting leads in your CRM, you can export them and start emailing them special offers. You can stay in contact with them, give them updated information, special things you're going to be doing. Best believe, come the beginning of September or end of September, I'm going to email everybody else on my thing about my Black Santa. So then I can sell out, right? Fall into branding. Y'all gonna start seeing it on Facebook. I already got the graphic ready. I'm gonna show you my little landing page and everything. Fall into branding. My next thing, right? Start thinking about how you want to position yourself with these special offers within your channels. And then high visibility. Everybody in here has somebody who is highly visible. Create an offer for them. Let them book and pay for your studio time, and then backfill it with everybody else. Give them free offers such as, yo, I'm gonna do a free vertical video as a thank you for you. Yo, you really looked out. Free vertical video. Because what's gonna happen? They're gonna do a promo video for you anyway. That's gonna have a bigger reach for you in what you try and do. When people wanna do these free shoots, yo, you really want a free shoot? All right, this is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna give you a 20-minute session, but you gotta bring 2 of your girls and they gotta buy a 20-minute session too. Because once again, girls like doing stuff with other girls, right? This is what it is. Yo, if you book, here you go. To make it fair, because they're gonna show you, you book, I'm gonna give you a credit for your next session. Go ahead and book it. I pay $150, she pay $150, you pay $150. You now up $450 for your hour, right? Then you're gonna give her a credit so she can book a full session later on. Because your girl's gonna make sure that you paid. I got you. Or you can say, yo, while they only get 3 images, I'm gonna give you all 10 retouched. While they don't get no video, I'm gonna make sure I give you video, right? Find ways to create value in a limited amount of time with the resources that you have. Video is dang near free. ePhoto is dang near free. And the digital downloads, as much as we argue back and forth about stuff, I don't really care. I'm gonna give you, look, shoot, if you give me a couple dollars, I'm gonna give you a full gallery. Because I'm gonna edit it in ePhoto. My light setups don't change. I'm gonna edit it in Aftershoot. I already got a studio profile because the lights don't change. Shaj already set it up. It's gonna be here on this side, here on this side. You're gonna be evenly lit. Everything's gonna be the same. I shoot on white, I shoot on gray, I shoot on black. Nothing's gonna change. So all I gotta do is click the profile. It's gonna edit, put everything through. Give me your best 20 or 30. If it's a mini session, I'm gonna say, turn off the download link, say you can download 5. You're gonna want the full thing for 75. 75 would have been the hourly rate for the studio, so now I'm up. Because it really doesn't matter to me about how many images you get, because at the end of the day, what I'm gonna do with it. End of the day, the goal, and I go back to my second slide, what is your goal? If your goal is to make money, then make money. Don't worry about the noise. If your goal is to make money, then focus on making money. And then lastly, wherever your studio setup is going to be, look to develop relationships with strategic channels, local partnerships, Chamber of Commerce's, local realtor boards, beauty professionals, ministerial staff and clergy, right? Build a funnel with those channels. Clergy probably make more graphics than realtors. So build a funnel there. And don't pick the pastor or the bishop. Pick the elder who always getting asked to do the little things, right? Pick them. Yo, I really love what you're doing. You're doing community outreach, blah, blah, blah. Let's set you up with some branding content. I got you. You already know you got 5 other ministers. Let's book a day session. I'm gonna book a 2-hour time block at Hartford Haven. This is what we're gonna have. Boom, boom, boom. If you get 4 other people, your stuff's gonna be free. This is what I'm gonna charge them. You're rewarding people for doing the work for you. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? When people say like, yo, what is it, TFP? I have no problem with TFP, but it has to work for me. I'll do that, but you got to bring some folks that's going to pay. Right? So then it's a win-win in a situation. Community engagement. How are you engaging within the community? How are you DMing? How are you going into these targeted groups? I personally hate when people post a graphic in the Buy Black Baltimores and stuff like that. That ain't the way. What you do is you see who's posting in there, and then you go up in their DMs and say, hey, I see you're doing this. When's the last time you had a branding session? I'm looking to do something like this for people in your market. I would love for you to be a test client for a special offer I'm trying to do within studio. Let me know if this works for you. Don't flow in the same lane that everybody else is. See what everybody else is doing and then find the gap. Focus on finding the gap. And the reason why I say that is that people are posting in there, and trust me, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with it. They need help. You are the help. Because if they figured out what to do, they wouldn't be posting in there, right? They need help. It's your job to be the expert and find the help that they need. That's where you are to thrive and succeed at. And always find a way to value add, right? Whatever you do, I'm always going to add value in any situation I do, right? Because at the end of the day, if the shoot was great, the shoot was terrible. I remember, look, it was a shoot I did at Skyloft 3 weeks ago, and I called Juan, and I said, Juan, yo, I don't know what's up with my A93. This joint not clicking, boom, 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 like it ain't going off. I'm panicking. I said, you know what? Value add. I got my light up, got the headshot, and I said, look, as an inconvenience, I'm gonna retouch the whole thing and I'm gonna throw in the video for you. Girl posted it. It got like 100 something likes. Still on my page, it got 100 something likes, so many reshares, and I got additional bookings for it. Why? Because I focused on providing the value. I didn't let the bad experience taint the relationship. Focus on providing the value. And then bonus tip. All right, so when you get in the studio, you want to make sure that you're mastering lighting techniques. I know Rashad is going to be teaching a class on lighting techniques in studios. That is important if you're looking to grow and expand. Once you get in the lane, you know what you're doing, on the mini sessions, everything else like that, and then you want to expand, that's going to be really good for you. Develop a signature look. What is your signature look going to be, right? It can be from a photo standpoint. It can be from a retouch standpoint. What do you want your signature look to be? What is your signature photo? Focus on that. And then streamline your post-processing. Mine is dump photos into my SSD, run it through AfterShoot. AfterShoot picks the best ones. Already the same setting. I just go through, make sure it's cropped correctly, 2x3, so it's 4x6. Great for social media, boom, 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 export. Running back through the light retouching in AfterShoot. I then do what is called, I call it something special, I can look in the gallery. But essentially it's the photographer's picks. I'm going to retouch some and automatically put it in Pixie for you and say, these are my favorites. This is what I would post. I will sell them to you retouched for $50. About 40% of the time, people buy them. So I took a 35 cent investment and turned it into $50. Come up with creative things like that. So that's what I have for you guys. Questions? Open up the floor. Questions? Go ahead, Juan.
My question is, I tell you this a lot. I'll shoot a session, have a certain amount of images in my head, and I'm over delivering, right? So I'm thinking I'm gonna give you 10, and then I'm giving you like 30. I'm not, for some reason, I'm not gonna like selling them. How do you feel about like selling the other images? I'm only supposed to give you 10, and I like another 20, and I'm like, dang, these are great. Here, like, how do you?
The retouches in your photo.
Don't say here.
Well, no. Here's the thing. No, here's the thing.
So you'd be like here, like.
No.
take
Oh, no.
these two.
No, I'm saying I'm being realistic, right? Like I'm being realistic because I often would make the gallery open, right? So I'm not even gonna try to refute you and say, oh, you need to limit the look, yo, if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's your value add, right?
Yeah.
Then sell them on the retouches. Yo, I really liked, this is a really great image, but when I retouched this one image, it popped. Do you see how it popped? Do you see how your skin became flawless and you wear glasses? You see how it's no flash in your glasses? Do you see how the black shine in your hair hit? Don't you want all your images to look like this? Here, I'm gonna give you your first one free. I want you to post this one and then tell me how many likes are on this one. If you get more than 15 likes, come back, buy more retouches, and we're gonna have you have that same feeling over and over and over again.
Awesome. So when you're doing these many shoots, the retouches are additional.
Correct. Additional fee. Additional investment. Absolutely. Now with my mini sessions, you're going to get a couple because those are the ones, like Rashad said, the ones I want you to post, but I want you to feel differently about it, right? For me to run through the light retouch and after shoot, it don't cost me nothing. So why not? Why not remove all the zits and everything else like that? But it's not going to give you the sheen look. It's not going to take the wrinkles out. It's not going to make your teeth super white.
Gotcha. I got you.
Right? You know you having a bad hair day. It's not going to give you the hair pop. Other questions? This is real quiet.
So
Y'all
being
crazy.
transparent,
Being transparent. I like that. I like that word.
I really struggle with retouching.
Do you use Evoto?
No.
Then there's no way you struggle with retouching. We can sit down. There's literally no way you struggle with retouching if you have Evoto.
He said he doesn't.
I said,
Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm saying I want to get you Evoto. There's no way you're gonna struggle with retouching.
okay.
That ain't true. It ain't as easy peasy.
No, here's the thing. No. Now, is it going to be to the level of theirs? No. But is it going to be clean enough that the average client is going to be like, oh my gosh, wow?
But it's still, it's a false sense of reality. You still gotta just
You still gotta tweak it.
Touch every
I mean,
button,
yeah,
see what every size is.
Yes, correct.
Just max it out and then
No, never.
retouch it.
Yeah, no, I would never tell you to do that, right? And I don't use the presets anymore. To his point.
I get it.
So to kind of piggyback on that, so they're both kind of right in the sense that with Evoto, retouching has become about it's become about the hard 75% of the hard work is gone. So now, all you gotta do is worry about that 25% of going in there and slide in the right sliders to make sure that the like if you want the bump gone, or if you want to fix some stray hairs or whatever, like, because usually that, I mean, it would take me 45 minutes to an hour to do it. Sometimes if I was really into it, 45 minutes for a retouch or whatever. But now with Evoto, it might take me 10 or 15 minutes to get it the way I want to. Now, some people already got presets already loaded in, and they just click a button and they got it the way they want to. Their body's already on the backdrop like they want to, and they're able to just go ahead and ship it on out or whatever. Like, it might not be pristine, but it'd be good enough to call it a retouch on the exit.
And it's good enough, and to that point, it's good enough for the average-minded client who is booking a mini session to say, wow. Like, they're great to the point where they look at dodge and burn and see where the light falls and see, yo, I gotta dodge this, burn this, go in there, boom, boom, boom. That ain't me. I make sure your skin ain't shiny and oily. I'm gonna make sure it looks real skinny. I'm gonna do the hair flyaway because it's a slider. If I gotta hit the one button or put it in Photoshop and do the generative fill to remove something and blah, 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 I'm gonna do that. Ship it, call it a day. Evoto does all the heavy lifting. Anything more, I'm charging you a premium retouch. And I'm shipping it overseas for $3 to $5.
I had the Evoto class actually at the conference.
The
The list just came out. I don't know if you're on that. The big graphic list. Ooh, I forgot. All right.
They gotta take me now. That was the introduction.
But to your point, E, there are tools and resources in the workflow to make your life easier. Right? And we'll sit down and talk about it while you're here.
Now, what would you say, if you was to give them any guidance, what would you say is the top 5 things that clients want fixed from their photo session?
What they want fixed?
Yeah, the top 5 things.
It depends upon what kind of session they're getting.
Back rolls.
I would say hair flyaways, oily skin or even skin, rolls, wrinkled clothes, and teeth. And Evoto fixes everything but the rolls. And the rolls, all you gotta do is go in Photoshop, circle it, hit generative fill.
You gotta do body shape too.
Yeah, so you can body shape, but that ain't gonna fix a roll. It's gonna make you skinny and
You dig in the Evoto, you're gonna be alright.
yeah. Other questions?
My friend Shannon got a question. I'm feeling some energy on this. You got a question, Shannon?
Go ahead, Shannon. What's your question, Shannon?
Yep.
It's not a question.
And be transparent. Go ahead.
My biggest thing is wanting to practice studio photography without having a studio and space to do that. And
So here's
not
a-
having a fun rent studio to play, you know.
So here's what you do. You find, and I think it goes back to one of these, you find a client who needs that win and you make them pay for it. Once again, so let's say you're in Bel Air, right? And you're like, Austin, Kevin, I want to rent studio time at Hartford Haven, right? And we say, look, you don't got to get a membership to start. Start with hourly, right? 2 hours is going to be $150, right? Your goal for 2 hours, you're going to focus on how do I get $150 between 1 to 2 people so that I can practice. When I started at Skyloft, that's all I did. I did $97 sessions. You can go on my Facebook and Instagram right now and see it. I did $97 sessions for 30 minutes because I knew if I get 2 people within those 2 hours, at least my funds were covered. It took me 4 months to realize, and I know you noticed it, I used to double click on a trigger, right? Because this is before I saw the, you could turn off the exposure, the actual exposure, like the live view,
Yeah.
because it used to be dark. So I used to have to click, let it flash, and then click again real quick
So you see the lighting. Yeah.
so I can get the lighting.
So, but from to Shannon's point, I feel like she's saying that she may not be confident enough to charge somebody.
Why?
Right. No.
Why?
No. So I do get where she's coming from. So what it is I think because you got kids, I think what you got to do is, and it's gonna work on your patience too, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, sure. I just
Now, what you do is you get your soft box, you get your light, and what you do is you practice your lighting schemes on your kids. That way, when it's time for you to come in the studio, you're comfortable, and you're confident, and you're able to go ahead and operate in the studio. You're able to get servers. You might not charge $200 or $300, but you cover just enough to cover some studio time, to cover their 30 minutes, and then you have an extra hour and a half to play around with.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because at a minimum, and then you need to align yourself with, I mean, shameless plug, like us, and you say, hey, Austin, I really want to get into studio photography, but I need some hand holding. I'm putting Kev on the spot. Kev will sit up here with you. I'll sit up here with you. Rashad, Robert, Tyler, like, we'll sit up here with you for the first time. Be like, all right, cool. Like, let's sit. Make sure your lighting's dialed in. Make sure you're good and framed.
You can always come.
And
If you got free time, you can always come to a session to sit
School
in.
starts the 25th. I have free time.
Yeah, yeah.
so-
I'm about to say, I know you got kids, so it's hard to get away with. I would definitely try to take advantage of any free workshops in the city, like those content days that be having at like Digital Factory or something. Go see what everybody else doing, and they just you shoot. It might be like $25, but it's like for 4 hours.
But you're learning, the goal is to learn the lighting settings, right? Because that's the other thing. When you're shooting mini sessions, you gotta get that lighting real quick. Now, granted, if you stay at the same studio, I already know my power in here is gonna be 1/16 on both of them. My ISO is gonna be 100 if it's a headshot, 200 if I don't have the lighting underneath of it, and I'm gonna shoot it like f5.6 to f7, depending upon the lighting, the color of somebody's skin, and how reflective I need it to be. Because once again, that's the Lil Wayne mentality. I've done it so much, I can walk in and pretty much be able to say and share what the lighting needs to be at. And the same thing for you. But like I said, you get affiliated with a studio, like Jeff raised me and taught me how to do. He sat there, hold my hand. That's the same mentality we have here. Like you have a session. All right, cool. I'm gonna make sure that somebody's here to help guide you, help build a confidence. All right, your lighting ain't doing what it need to do. Oh, this is what you need to do. Boom, boom, boom. You'll be good. You're going to get the reps before you feel comfortable charging more, but it also gives you more content to put out there so that the imposter syndrome, because we've all had it, the imposter syndrome evaporates.
I still be feeling shaky before shoot. I'm like, what if I blow this?
Here's the thing, you're going to blow it. And that's the thing, like it's, when you see the teams and they like undefeated after 10 games, 11 games, 12 games, they always say like, yo, you got to take the L just so you can get them nerves out your system. Like it's some stuff like the one I just told you about with the studio and the light wasn't flashing. I had changed one of the settings because I did an event with Spot My Photo and I forgot to turn it back, and me just being lackadaisical, I forgot to do it, boom, 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 couldn't, and that was my L, but I still knew enough to turn it back around, right?
I went to a lifestyle shoot the other day on a walking up to the person. I broke my trigger. Had to shoot that joint El Natural.
But here's the thing, but you need to know, yo, if it's still light, all right, cool, you got to point the light towards the subject. It's still the same principles in studio.
I got a Canon camera, right? So shooting in the studio with a Canon camera, your servo photos, right? Servo, AI, or what's the other one? One shoot, something like that.
Yep.
So in the studio, and I put it on servo because I was shooting an event for Austin. Completely forgot to change it back to one shot in the studio, and I'm just firing. I'm like, this thing is not, the light's not firing. What's going on? What's going on? Let me go to my settings. Turn it back to one shot.
See?
Every time.
See? It's more common than not, and it's okay. But like once you ran through it, you already know what it is that you need to, talk through and walk through it.
And that's what Austin was like, on the back end, I'm making myself look stupid, but let me give you this value on the back end.
Yeah. And it's fine. I guarantee you that the easiest thing to make all the anxiety go away, I'm gonna give you some more retouches.
Hold on, what?
If you're having a bad session and you want the person to leave not feeling bad, you offer them more retouches.
How do you know it's a bad session?
You can feel it.
But for you, I'm saying like
No, I'm saying
obvious.
like if I'm shooting there for 5 minutes and my trigger not going off and shit like that, then then they know,
Yeah, and it's the mistakes that's gonna build you. Like
Absolutely.
when you can't figure out exactly how you want things to go, it's gonna force you to study that specific thing and figure it out, and you just become better. You just become better over time. Like, and you'll learn as a photographer. There's going to be plenty of things that go wrong, but at the same time, you'll figure it out and become a solutionist over time. So, like, this don't come overnight. Right?
It doesn't. It doesn't. I'll be the first one to tell you. Then it took. But here's the other thing too, and this is going to end up being another night school class, right? There are certain things that I put in place that is repetition. Once again, going back to Jeff. When I first started going to Skyloft, he said, you need a uniform. Because then you don't have to guess about what you're going to wear and this and the third, right? A lot of people think like, oh, like, yo, we always want to be branded, stuff like that. Nah, I just like a uniform. Like, I go to work every day with a uniform. Hartford polo and khakis. Why? Because that takes that portion out of my mind. Every day I put my batteries in the charger. When they're done charging, I put them back in there. Why? It takes that out of the mind. I don't have to worry about, dang, did I forget my batteries or this, that, and the third and stuff like that, because it's the same repetition. Memory cards. It took one time showing up somewhere without a memory card for you to buy an extra memory card, stuff it in your bag, some random place, stuff it here, have the extra memory card, shoot dual card slide it, so you always have like,
Come up with something that's weatherproof, so you just keep it.
you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it takes one time, and then you start future-proofing your stuff so that those are the last things you have to worry about, right?
So had to save me. I got to an event. Miles, I never take my camera on my bag. Let me just mess around with it. Pop that joint, not a card in there. I was calling everybody, Sheena, where you at? Miles, it's about 11:30. Nicole pulled up 2 cars, saved the day.
I like what you said earlier though about putting systems in place.
Have to.
And I think also a good thing is documenting what goes wrong.
No,
Like for example, I just went to a shoot outside.
mm-hmm.
I didn't know I needed to bring water. It's a man thing, right? A towel because I was sweating. The small things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I needed to bring additional like SD card. I went through real fast shooting stuff I didn't need to be shooting. But now I'm going to process and reflect because the next time I'm going out in the heat, I gotta make sure I have these things. If not, I ain't gonna make it. You know.
Oh, facts, absolutely. And then you learn that early on to make your process a lot better. So then you mess around, like I was talking with RJ and them the other day about buying these like new electric coolers, right? You mess around and go to Walmart for some $3 waters, put in an electric cooler, and start offering your clients water. You're the best thing since sliced bread. Whole time you just doing it because you're gonna be thirsty. Other questions?
What is the biggest con to owning a studio?
The biggest con?
The biggest con.
The biggest con I would say is being pulled in so many other directions that you sometimes lose what was your bread and butter. Because the gift, when I said focusing on mini sessions, it helps you get known really, really fast. So you're going to be pulled in so many different directions. The con is what got you started, you start to pull away and move away from that. Naturally, just because, goes back to the first thing, what is your focus? If your focus is to make money, you're going to do everything you can to make and generate money. But the positive at the end of the day is, I know no matter if it's weather, no matter what's going on, I know I can always come in the studio and make something shake. Some of these outside sessions, you know, if it rained, it's some girl birthday and her birthday is 2 days from now and she needs a photo. When it start raining, what you gonna do? She might want her bread back and blah, blah, blah. Oh, nah, baby girl, we going right in the studio. You'll get right on this white backdrop. I'm gonna go right on Etsy and get you some little background and send it overseas and have you act like you floating on clouds or something like that and call it a day.
And what's the biggest pro?
That, the flexibility, the creativity.
Okay.
Right? Because it's structured. A lot of times when people come in the studio, they know that you mean business.
And the studio is the most, it's pretty much the most controlled environment. I mean, some residents in here, they got the light blocked off, so it's like you control the light.
Control everything.
I mean, unless the AC's broke, you control the weather and all of that. Like, so it's everything. Like you ain't gotta wait. Because I've had shoots Whereas like they be like, I want to shoot a national cathedral in February.
Yep.
Bruh, it's freezing.
Yep.
Like you can't even feel your fingertips.
Yep.
Like, but guess what? I can tell you where it's going to be warm at.
Yep.
Right in that studio.
Yep.
So,
And you know what you're going into. And then you have so many other upsells too, right? Because it goes back to every photographer in here should be offering photo and video for their mini session to get started, right? Because now it's a controlled environment. I already got them. I know my mics are going to be here. I know my lights are going to be here. I know everything I need is going to be here.
and no permits.
Yeah, no permits.
Can y'all both speak about the importance of like choosing the right mentorship or even circle when you're trying to be a photographer?
Absolutely. I think you need multiple mentors, right? You need mentors. You need a circle. 2, you need mentors. You need a mentor up, you need a mentor down. Even if you're new, you need to mentor down so that you can perfect what it is that you're doing. Like, if you can't tell somebody else on a middle school, high school level on what to do, then you really don't know how to do it. And that's how you're going to need to learn it, right? Mentor up so that you can learn from somebody and learn how to do it. Like I always say, like coming in the game, Chip was my guy. I would shoot weddings, second shoot, lighting assistant with Chip. The number one thing I learned is customer service,
It's true.
right? Everywhere you go, people love Chip, right? Don't matter if he can shoot amazing, don't matter if he can shoot average, don't matter whatever it is, people love him. That's what I strive to be, right? People love you. Your circle, you need people to tell you if you effing up, right? And if you don't have that, you need that.
You gotta be able to take.
Yeah,
But you got to be able to take and understand it too, right? You have to. Like there's sometimes I'll admit, like I don't want to hear it. But then I sit down, I digest it, I see the value in what it is that is said, and then I apply it with how I need to apply it.
And you don't need co-signers. You need people that's going to be legit, honest. Like, I'll give you a good example. I believe it was last week, the week before last. I sent Austin and Rashad a text message, that was, screenshot, and I was like, can you believe she did that? And it was like, nah, bro, you messed up the verbiage. Like,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah. And it was like, all right, cool, all right, man. Let me go back and backtrack. Let me go ahead and because like. You don't need, once again, if you're looking for co-signers, you're in the wrong sport to grow. Like, you need people that's going to legit be honest with you. Like, be with mentors that like, if you got a mentor that's saying you got to solely be, I got to solely be your mentor, that might not be the mentor that works for you. You need somebody that works. Say for instance, if I had a Precarious Juniors event the other week, it was good that Rashad was there to also act as a mentor along with me because of the fact that I talk this stuff. We talk this stuff almost every day, or whatever. But at the same time, Rashad is the photography Wall Street trapper, so he's able to like break it down into like words. It's not as technical, but it's like he'll be like, just imagine if a giraffe is holding a light in his mouth and pointing it down. Like I want you to imagine it like that, and that's like, all right. I would have said it like, imagine if the light was so many feet high, and it's like. It's good to have other people that can speak the language a little bit different. Like I can speak King James version. He's my message print. So you know what I mean. Or and so for instance, like even I tell people all the rip. Don't come to me and ask me anything about business. Nate can tell you I'm terrible. But at the same time, if you want to talk business. Go to Austin. Austin's gonna give you the numbers. He's gonna give you the breakdown. Sometimes he's irritating, but at the same time, and once he get out his like irrational bag and actually give you the real like hardcore
He just said
truth
earlier,
on
like,
why.
oh, it was today. He was like, oh, that's an Austin question.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was something. I remember later. He was like, nah, that might be an Austin question.
Yeah.
But you need that within your circle, right? You need those different perspectives. You don't need everybody can shoot, but nobody going to tell you the hard things, right? Like you need that. And then if you're trying to be a mentee, be a mentee. Like one thing, tips always go with me, right? Private target always go with me because they're coming in to help. So whatever it is that they ever need, I'm gonna make sure that they have because they're coming in with that mindset. I'm coming to help. I understand it's a business. How can I make it easy so I can also be of help and be of assistance and learn? Right? Like, so that's something I would say. Like, if you know you need a mentor, be a mentee. And that's probably one of the biggest ones. That's a skill in itself. Like,
being a soldier, knowing how to, you know what I mean, when to shut the hell up and listen, when to take criticism and not react, all that stuff. And that's discipline. That takes time to. Everybody's not as disciplined off rip, but sometimes like your football coach grab you by your face mask, cuss you out, slap your helmet. You got to know like I'm gonna go ahead and take it out on them. Like don't be mad at your coach because you ain't gonna listen and you be sitting down somewhere for the rest of the game. But like your coach will violate you, but you know like he doing it because he can see. He on the side of the field. He can see your mistakes. He can see what you're not doing. Be able to tell you how to improve on in the game.
other questions? All right, so for those who are in person, I'm gonna give you the PDF handout in the slides. For those who are watching, make sure you come in person for the next night school class because you truly will be left with an amazing offering. For those who are in the market for a studio home here at Harper Haven Studio, not only do you get access to great technology and resources, but you also get additional photo posing resources via the Harper Haven app. You get access to questionnaires doing the Harper Haven app and so much more. So always looking to support individuals who are looking to, whether you're looking to book or have a membership, we're always looking to support. So always consider us here at Harper Haven Studio in Bel Air, Maryland. All right, until next time, thank you.